Hey, what's up everybody, it's Avery94 here bringing another action figure review. This time it is on the McFarlane The Walking Dead Series 3 comic series Andrea figure. Here's a close look at Andrea in the package. Andrea is a much more badass character in the comic, I'll tell you that much, than she is in the TV show. I like her very much in the comic. She is very awesome. Here's the back, all the other characters. And here is Andrea out of the package. Very cool figure, very cool figure. They made Andrea look very nicely in figure form from the comics. That's just how she looks in the comics. This character is much more of a badass in the comics than she is in the TV show. Much more. You guys would love her in the comics. Most people did not like her in the TV show because they did convey her very differently in the TV show, almost completely different than what the comic version was. So Andrea is freaking badass in the comic. Got the battle scars on her face to prove it right there. Very cool figure. Very nicely done by McFarlane too. The detail on this thing is top notch. I love their detailing and paint apps on their figures. Very, very nicely done. Here's a closer look at the detail and paint apps on her. You can see the face sculpt, the scar on her cheek, which did happen on the show, and on the scar up there. Very cool that they added that on the figure, because that did happen in the comic book. Did I say the show? I didn't mean to say the show. I meant to say the comic book. This is the comic version. You can see the blood on her shirt. The detail on her pants are very nice. Oh, I love it. Very nicely done. Great paint apps. Great detail and everything. You can see they're using the Daryl Chopper articulation on her too. I'm glad they are utilizing that more. I know it looks weird, but it's a lot better than what we've been getting by McFarlane. A lot more articulation with that. So that's cool. So there you have it. You see the holster, the detail right there, painted buttons and the buckles painted. Very cool. Very nicely done. You can see the paint apps on the hair is nicely done. The sculpt is very, very, very nicely done. So that's good. Accessories. She comes with a small handgun right here, in which she does have a holster for. And then she comes with a little knife, which I wish was sharper. It looks like a butter knife. It's rounded right there at the tip. So it doesn't really look like a knife to me. It looks like a butter knife. And she comes with this super long, very nice. Wow, knife got stuck to my finger. Very nicely made sniper rifle with the scope on. So just like the TV show, she did have a rifle in the comic version as well. But she's, like I said, much more of a badass in the comic version. Very cool. So nice rifle. As you may have seen earlier, she does come with holsters for the knife and for the handgun, so that is cool. I love how that looks. That looks very nice. So on to the articulation of the figure. McFarlane has been getting better with their articulation, so that's good to see that they're adding more, and I'm sure that's because of the fans. So left and right, up and down is very poor, but it does have some movement up and down. Left and right is very nice. Those eyes are painted very nicely too, so that's pretty cool. The shoulders go up and down all the way 360. They go in and out. The swivel at the elbow does have a 90-degree bend, a single jointed elbow. It does have a hinge at the wrist, and it does rotate. Does not have a waist swivel. The leg joint goes forward and back, goes in and out like that. Swivel is at the knee. Does have a single jointed knee, and the ankle articulation is very poor. They don't really have any ankle articulation. They do move left and right though, very little. Another thing I noticed with these figures is that they are stiff out of the package. Her arm was super stiff right here, and I did move it out, and it almost looked like it was gonna break. I don't know if I did that right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's paint coming off right there. So these figures are I think it's the paint that dried the joints together that are making it stiff like that. I'm not sure, so be careful with them, because they are coming out stiff. So be careful when you're trying to loosen them up that you don't break them. I do have a little minor gripe with these joints. They have these joints right here that are clearly not the same color as the skin. That's a gray elbow joint right there, and it just looks awful. You just can't blend it in. You can see they try to paint over it on here, but the paint's coming off. and you can see the gray, so that's kind of ugly, but not too bad. It's just a minor gripe. Don't know if you can see it, but I love how they added blood on her hand, so nice detail right there with the blood on her gloves, ripped jeans, blood on her shirt, very nice. Here's a little size comparison next to Rick Grimes. They're pretty much the same height, so there you have it. So overall, I highly recommend Andrea. This is actually one of my favorites of the wave. Her and Rick Grimes are pretty much 100% identical to the comic of, you know, incarnations of them. They look very nice in figure form. I love them. Like I said, with the Rick Grimes, only gripe is I wish they came with interchangeable heads where we have different facial expressions. But I think that comes from me collecting SH figures. I'm so used to that now. I want it from everything. But you know, it would be cool to have that. I love how McFarlane gives us all these accessories and guns, so that's always good. Overall, the figure is very solid. Articulation could be better, but from what we've been getting with McFarlane, they are getting better with the articulation. Just with the figures being so small, I guess the joints are smaller. I guess it's hard to make the articulation better, but I'm sure it's possible. I've seen it with Marvel Universe, so that's why I want these figures to be 6-inch, 7-inch figures too, because they would be much better articulated. They'd be bigger pieces, better articulation. I would definitely buy them, even if the price would go up. The details would be better, even though they are good as it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. This Andrea looks fantastic, and Rick looks great. I mean, most of them do look great. I mean, they pretty much all have great detail and paint apps. That's something they do not mess up on. There's not really any quality control issues, except when it comes to the joints right there, when they try to paint over the joints, which obviously is going to rub off because of the joint movement. I wish the articulation on the ankle was better. So, I mean, it's not 100% amazing figure. It's not, you know, the best figure ever. It's not, but it is the only figure we have of these comic Walking Deads. You know, it's the only ones we have, so we can't really compare it with any other ones. Basically, what I'm trying to say, if you are a fan of the comic or even the show and you want to get into the comics, but definitely if you're a fan of the comics, these are worth it. You deserve to get these. These are great. These will look great on your shelf, even though you can't get them dynamic posing. They're still good for what they are. Highly recommend them. I really do. I'm really happy with these. I was on the fence on getting these or not, and I'm glad I did. I'm actually gonna go back and buy Series 2, which I did skip on Wave 2, which is dirt cheap to buy now. So I guess that's why I almost thought they were gonna cancel these comic series. I mean, I really do hope they continue with a Wave 4. I don't know if they will or not, but that would be awesome. But yes, if you are a fan of the comic, for sure, get these figures, at least Andrea and Rick. They are fantastic. They are really great. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Evo94. Please like, comment, subscribe if you would like, and you guys have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.